Hey, welcome to the Sports Reverends podcast. My name is Dan.
And my name's Drew.
We're no experts, but we are
the Sports Reverends.
Hey, welcome to the Sports Reverends podcast. We are pumped for this week's show. Hope you guys had a fantastic Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving, Sports Rev Drew?
Oh, it was great. Ate way too much food, but I'm happy to be talking sports. Glad to have the whole gang back together.
Yes, man. Yeah. Yes, man. What is your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Oh, the stuffing is my favorite.
I knew it. You look like a stuffing guy. I'm a stuffing guy too. Don't worry. Coach, happy
Coach
Thanksgiving.
Back.
How was your Thanksgiving?
Well, I cooked for mom and dad, so it was tiring. But it was delicious.
Did you cook?
Chef
Coach.
See. I did some yams, some mashed potatoes, did some asparagus. I did Brussels sprouts and broccoli, and Caesar salad, did some garlic bread, and to top it all off, rack of lamb.
Rack of lamb. Ooh.
Nothing says Thanksgiving like a rack of lamb.
Yes. From the Chandran household, Drew. That's true. It's very, very true. My Thanksgiving was good too, boys. Thanks for asking.
Give us a chance. Honestly.
And what did I do? I had a couple Thanksgiving dinners I got to attend, and there was just so much food. This one dinner that I went to had a roast beef, pork tenderloin, and a whole turkey. So it was just like a ridiculous amount of food for 6 of us. And like every kind of sides you can think of. But yes, I am a stuffings guy. All right.
I give a hot take right now.
Hot take, okay.
So overrated. Turkey is so overrated. That's all I'm going to say.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow. Okay. Well, we're going to deduct that from your pay, and we're going to get to it. Let's hear some of the sports news from around the sports world with the Sports Reverends Quick Hitters. LeVeon Bell has been released by the New York Jets.
Brendan Gallagher signed a contract 6 years for $39 million. That's an average salary of $6.5 million.
Los Angeles Dodgers scored 11 runs in the first inning to set a new playoff record. Atlanta leads 2-0. Tampa Bay leads 3-0.
Melvin Gordon was arrested for DUI and a speeding ticket for driving 25 miles per hour over the limit.
Sorry to those fantasy owners. Atlanta Falcons fired Dan Quinn after starting the season 0-4, and Arthur Blank questioned the place of Matt Ryan.
Wild things.
That is wild. But before we get anywhere else, let's hear a word from our sponsors.
Have you ever thought about how well your investments are performing? Have you wanted to understand how the stock market works and how you can look after your financial future, but have been unsure of where or even how to get started? Train to Invest is North America's leading investment education and training corporation with the sole purpose of providing a new way of thinking about wealth management. Through teaching, training, and coaching individuals in both the art and science of self-directed investing, Train to Invest offers a complete education and training experience to empower families to begin their journey of planning for future generations through investment education. To find out more, look at www.traintoinvest.com and download our free ebook. Again, www.train2invest.com to find more information about our program and download our free ebook.
We're going to start in the NFL on Tuesday Night Football. It was the first Tuesday Night Football game in 10 years.
COVID.
And might I say, was it fantastic? I love Tuesday Night Football. I wish it is there all the time. Although now there's no Thursday Night Football this week, so that kind of is not good. But where we're going to start is it was Tennessee versus Buffalo. And the play of the game, in my opinion, that got called back that didn't even actually happen. It still was the play of the day. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Coach and Drew and myself. We're going to watch the clip of this video. This video will also be on our Instagram later on. And you can check it out. I want to see their first initial reactions. And they have to give me a sentence describing this video. And the sentence has to include the name Derrick Henry and Josh Norman. Okay, you guys get that?
Yeah.
You guys ready? Here we go. Get off me!
That's even worse from that angle.
Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, whoever's going first, I don't care. You have to use the words Derrick Henry, Josh Norman. Describe that play.
Wow. Derrick Henry is a man. I don't want to say he's a boy, but
Say he's his son.
we go, Mr. Henry, Mrs. Norman.
Oh, yeah, I
Ooh.
like it. I like it.
That's where we go with that one.
Joel, you took the words. I was gonna go Derrick Henry man, Josh Norman boy, but I don't know. I don't know what else you could say about that.
Yeah,
Like-
that's a grown man move.
Yeah,
Derrick Henry just sent Josh Norman to retirement.
Because Josh Norman likes to talk a lot.
Josh Norman's had a good year though. Let's.
Why is Josh Norman trying to slap away Derrick Henry's arms? Go for the knees. Go for the ankles. Every kind of ligament you can think of, that's where you go to take down Derrick Henry. What is he thinking?
That second angle they show you from like Derrick Henry's point of view, that just makes it look so bad.
It's
You see him go
nasty.
flying.
Yeah, because on face value, it's just, he just kind of shoved him out of the way, no big deal. But he legit like moved him some feet. But
So
yeah, that's wild.
I know
That's-
Coach didn't get to see the game last night. Drew, you did. What was your reaction live time?
Josh Allen is human. He sort of looked like 2019 version of Josh Allen.
Yeah.
He's had a great year, but yeah, it was a disappointing day. I like watching the Bills. I thought they were going to walk all over Tennessee. And even without Derrick Henry having a big day, Tennessee figured out a way to win.
Tennessee's the real deal, though. Hey, like it's
Well, I mean,
They're a
define
good
real
team.
deal.
they are 11-3 since Tannehill's taken over as a starter,
Okay, but they lost in the playoffs when it counts the most.
but they won some playoff games, right?
Yeah, but are they really a Super Bowl contender? A dark horse, maybe. Maybe.
Well, you never know. You never know.
Well,
I think they're there. I think they're right there.
Yeah.
And it just the Bills are no, walk in the park. They're the real deal too.
That's true.
And it was pretty amazing. I was actually asking Drew to give me his live time reaction to that Derrick Henry stiff arm. For me, that live reaction was to be honest, okay, this might get me in trouble, but I was in Tuesday Night Life group and I had the game on in the background. Okay, that's my dirty deed. But I saw that and I was just like, whoa, in the middle of the life group. And I got a little bit embarrassed, but it was awesome. It was
For those
awesome.
who don't know, a life group is like a Bible study. So Sports Rev Dan was in a Bible study watching football and not paying any attention.
I was paying attention. Okay, so how good do you think the Titans are?
I think they're good. I think they're a playoff team. I don't think they're like Coach said. I don't think they're a Super Bowl contender by any means. I like their weapons. Jonnu Smith seems to be the real deal at tight end as well.
Yeah, big time.
And AJ Brown coming back is huge for them. but I just think they're too predictable of an offense. I think you get a good defense to shut down the running game. Like if Josh Allen is on his game last night, I think the Bills win because they shut down Derrick Henry.
Well, Josh Allen didn't play that bad.
He did play that bad.
Like I think he played. Like actually.
He was forcing every throw to Stephon Diggs.
Well, I mean, I would too. Really?
Yeah, it's a great option, but he was making some ill-advised throws. He could have had 4 picks.
Honestly, though, his number 2 option is inactive that game, right? Is it John Brown or Josh Brown?
I think it's John.
John Brown out. Singletary couldn't move the ball at all.
Cole Beasley had some catches.
Yeah, Cole Beasley's nice. But okay, so. Joe, Coach, what do you think of the Titans? Are they real or the pretenders?
I don't put them in the pretenders category because they could, like you said, they could make some noise.
Yeah.
I don't see them going further than they did last year. That would be a stretch.
Well, like further than they did last year is what? Super Bowl?
What?
Right?
The Titans?
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't the Chiefs beat them?
The Chiefs beat the Titans in the conference final.
Sorry. I was thinking. My apologies. I was thinking they don't beat Baltimore, and that they that level of teams, like how we divided them up. Like
yeah.
They're not in that echelon of. Can I make a serious run? I put them in a dark horse category because. Things break the right way, then they break the right way.
Okay.
And the Titans, the Chiefs, the Kansas City played San Francisco in the Super Bowl, didn't they?
Yeah, but they beat the Titans to get there.
To get there, Joel. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So they weren't. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like they're not gonna get the Super Bowl. I don't think. Baltimore's a much better team this year. Kansas City's pretty good, too. And I mean, who else is in the top echelon? The Patriots are still gonna look good.
And the Bills, right? The Bills are supposed to be right there. Okay, so let's see about the Bills. Are the Bills the real deal?
I don't trust Josh Allen.
Oh, come on.
Hold on. No, not because he can't make the leap. He just doesn't have the past, whatever you want to call it, the history of performance. Right? I'm not going to ding him because of one bad game.
I think
if he puts up big numbers throughout the whole year and then has a couple of strong playoff games, well then okay. But
I think even Josh Allen, quote unquote, struggling last game, it made me, see how much he's elevated from last year. I think he is a real deal quarterback, a top echelon quarterback, and I've been a hater on Josh Allen, but actually that loss has kind of convinced me that he's actually really good.
26 for 41, 263 yards, 2 TDs and 2 interceptions, and a sack.
2 interceptions.
He's second in yards and touchdowns this year.
And 1 interception wasn't his fault.
Yeah. I mean, but I just said, just because this is my point, this is my hot take, not hot take, but my take on it is I have a tough time, especially at the quarterback position. You got to produce consistently. So 5 games in, 4 games for some, is a small sample size. Maybe ask me closer to week 15. My answer might be different.
Drew, Bills, contenders, pretenders?
I think they're a contender. I'd actually like to see them pick up LeVeon Bell and to improve that running game because Singletary, he has talent, but he just can't seem to get anything going.
Yeah.
Like he'll have a good game once in a while, but the Bills, in order for the Bills to be good, they need to run the ball and allow Josh Allen to get Stephon Diggs open.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because that's who's gonna take them from that playoff team that they were last year to a Super Bowl contender, is having that weapon, that A weapon. Because last year they made a good run without any weapons on offense.
Yeah, big time. And that's a perfect fit for Le'Veon Bell, however you say it. He's looking for a team that is a contender that he can help take over the hump. I think that's a great pickup for them.
How would you rate his ability this last year and a half?
LeVeon?
Yeah. I mean, do you really? He's not the same.
He's
guy
been
he was
he's been terrible.
Right.
But you have to look at offensive lines as well.
True.
Pittsburgh has one of the best offensive lines every year,
And coaching.
and weapons on the outside that make you not just stuff the box, right?
True.
That's fair. That's fair.
The Jets are
Against the
dumpster
Jets,
fire.
against the Jets, you can just stack the box if Le'Veon's in there.
Yeah.
Well, Sam's not throwing the ball too far, so
No,
Oh, he's got no one to throw to as well, and then doesn't have time. And his coaching is horrible. The Jets are like, I think it was Tony Kornheiser was talking about how the Jets are in a jail cell match with the Washington football team for the worst franchise of all time right now. So these guys, I thought that's a great depiction.
Washington's a team that surprised me. Actually, they've looked actually decent this year.
They're I think they're on the up and up for sure.
I'd love to see them start Alex Smith this week.
Yeah, they need to start Alex Smith. Can we just stop playing Kyle Allen in the NFL? Can we just drop him, please?
You know, if Alex Smith can return this year and do anything like replacement level quarterback,
Biggest comeback story ever.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
They thought his life was in danger.
Yeah, exactly.
The only problem with a good Washington football club is Dan Snyder is still an owner. Like, if he's so bad, eventually he'll have to sell his team. But
yeah,
I don't know. What can you say?
I guess that's it for Dwayne Haskins, hey?
Maybe.
I think so.
Go from first string to third.
Well, especially after Rivera's like, yeah, we'll stick with you. Growing pains, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But the division is so bad.
Yeah.
Like, you could probably be 8-8 and just run away with the thing.
Yeah.
No, you could finish like 6 and
Okay.
Yeah, now with no Prescott.
Yeah, so I think that's a good transition to surprise events of the week. I guess we're going to start with Dak Prescott injury. We talked about the great recovery story of Alex Smith. Dak Prescott they say he's supposed to be back between 4 to 6 months, definitely out for this whole year. What do you guys think? Do you think, do you think he has a comeback story like Alex Smith? Do the Cowboys, Jerry Jones has talked about, keeping them his number one guy and all that stuff. And it's, and this is the problem. Dak took a chance and bet on himself. And this is what happened, right? What are you guys' thoughts?
I think this will be a good test to show Dallas and Dak just how valuable he is. Because I think, now I'm not saying Andy Dalton is as good as Dak, but I don't think there'll be that steep of a drop-off in production. Andy Dalton's good.
Yeah.
And I think this will actually not only hurt Dak in the short term, obviously he's not playing, but I think this will also hurt him when he goes into contract negotiations again, because this team is built to plug and play. Any quarterback could run with this offense, and I think Andy Dalton is more than
serviceable.
Fine.
Yeah,
more than he was a top 3 fantasy quarterback like 5 years ago.
Yeah, he's solid for sure. I agree with you. Dak Prescott's agent is hoping Andy Dalton throws many interceptions.
Yeah,
yes.
That would raise his
value
again. But this could, yeah, you're totally right. Totally tears value down.
How do you feel about Dalton as your starting quarterback next week?
Well, obviously, I'm not happy that Dak's hurt. But to have Dalton as a backup is pretty incredible.
Yeah.
So, there's not many backups that are as good as Dalton. So
yeah. Now that Bridgewater's a starter, Bridgewater was the best backup in the league last year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
I know there's Jameis Winston out there, but he's turnover central. Yeah, Dalton's not going to turn over the ball as much as him.
You want a guy that can come in and you can trust with the football, right?
It's the man's game well, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna invite Cody Allen to come on over to the Cowboys side of things, because our team will probably make the playoffs, and I know he probably loves Andy Dalton.
I think he hates Andy Dalton, actually.
You think so? No. Last time he was on the pod, he's like talking how great Andy Dalton was.
Was he? I don't remember. Here's some stats for you, okay?
Okay.
Dak is 42-27 career-wise.
Yeah.
Win percentage of 609. Average passing yards is 255.6. And total passing TDs is 106.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Andy Dalton, 45-23-1. So similar amount of games. A winning percentage of 659. Passing yards per game is 235.9. So about 20 yards less. But passing TDs are 110. So if you're Jerry Jones, GM Jerry Jones, if Andy Dalton has a good year, like, do you really want to pay Dak that much money?
No, definitely not.
Right? You're not going to pay him $50 million a year.
When you look at Dalton and Dak, though, you can see the trajectory, right? Like Dalton after 4 years was going down. Dak at 4 years is.
Yeah, but you can also look at the rest of the team.
Look
too.
at Cincinnati was a terrible team.
That's true.
Come on.
That's true.
You saw him going up and up and up with AJ Green.
Yeah.
Now he has Cooper.
Yeah.
And Gallup and CeeDee Lamb
And Zeke. Yeah.
and an offensive line.
Well, the offensive line, they're all
It's getting beat up, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they're really beat up.
You guys can't stop
for
anybody.
the year too. A lot of their offensive line is done for the year. Okay, well, yeah, best wishes to Dak for sure. Hopefully he recovers, and we'll see how the Cowboys do. What do you guys think of the Chiefs? The Chiefs lost to the Las Vegas Raiders. Derek Carr put on a show.
I think this was the biggest surprise of the week.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I called the Dolphins winning this week, so I didn't see them winning by that much. but yeah, I like the Raiders. I don't know why everyone's so down on Derek Carr.
I don't know either. Derek Carr
is
solid.
a really
Excellent
good quarterback.
They bring in his weapon back, and look how good he does.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
I think this was a surprise, only in the sense that not because the Chiefs lost, but who they lost to. Like typically, you might expect them to lose to like one of the harder teams in their schedule. Not that Las Vegas is an easy team to push over, but you really didn't think it'd be like just the Derek Carr show, right? Especially with COVID, you can't go anywhere in Vegas, right? So there's no quote unquote distractions that most teams would get through. But yeah, this was such a wild thing to turn to halfway through, and it's cool. I mean, will it fuel the Chiefs moving forward? Probably.
Big time.
Does it diminish their chances of winning a Super Bowl? Unlikely. In terms of percentage wise, you're still gonna pick the Chiefs.
There's some big calls in that game that like totally could have turned the game, right? Yeah. The one touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill got called back, and that could have been a game changer too, right?
This tells us more about the Raiders than does the Chiefs, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I forget the term that they use for games that teams that are expected to win, but they're looking at they just came off a tough game and are looking at the game ahead.
I know what you're talking about.
Someone on Colin Cowherd's show, the Wiseman they call him, they actually predicted the Raiders winning this game. So
like a look-ahead game or something.
Yeah, whatever it's
I know
called.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I think we're all on the same page there too. Drew mentioned about the 49ers getting destroyed. 49ers aren't making the playoffs, I don't think.
I don't think so. Too many injuries. Garoppolo play like garbage.
Does Garoppolo bounce back?
I don't know. How many games this guy started for us? Not that many in terms of a history-wise. I don't know honestly, I don't even know what to do with this team anymore.
Debo, Raheem Mostert, Garoppolo, they're all healthy now for this week. So
you'd expect coming off a trouncing like that, you'd bounce back, but I don't know. It's been a tough sports season for Joel. Let's put it that way.
Drew, 49ers, any thoughts on them?
Yeah, they lost. They got destroyed. But I'd like to focus on the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah,
Because they impressed me. Ryan Fitzpatrick is another quarterback that we talk about, and he's a professional quarterback. He shows up to play, and they've got weapons there. They're building something. I don't think they're making the playoffs this year, but I like the future of the Miami Dolphins once they let Tua step in there, because I think he's the most talented quarterback coming out of in this draft class.
Yeah,
and I like their defense plays hard, and I just love how they love to play for Brian Flores.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it was awesome to see the strip sack that happened at the end of the game, and the defensive player runs the ball over to Flores and hands the ball to him.
That's
like
cool,
that.
right?
It was just awesome to see that they just are amped up to play for him. So I like what they're building there in Miami.
I love it. All right, like we do every week, we're gonna just quickly touch on the Brady Belichick saga.
You want the scores?
Well, Brady didn't play last week because their game got had a bye.
Well, Tampa Bay's at 3-2, and the Patriots are 2-2.
And the score of the Tampa Bay game there, the Thursday nighter, I believe, against the Bears.
And they lost.
They lost 20-19, right?
To the Bears.
The Bears. Nick Foles. That's what I thought was so funny, right? Yeah. Nick Foles and Brady at it again, and Nick Foles got another W.
And Brady did not shake his hand once more.
A modern-day Eli.
Ooh.
Eli Manning was Brady's kryptonite.
But Brady didn't play bad, though.
No.
What was their problem then? What was the Bucs' problem? The Bears are decent.
The Bears have a good defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the problem was.
I don't really know either. I think they just kind of maybe it's the Thursday night that just threw them off.
Yeah, I think with this Tampa Bay team, we expected them to gel too quickly. A lot of these teams take some time.
Yeah, you're right. It does take time.
No preseason games either.
Exactly, no preseason, not a lot of training. I think I really don't care that Tampa Bay lost because they're still top of the division right now. And come week 15, come week 16, that's when you want to be peaking, right? You want to be rolling the playoffs on fire. So I'm not too concerned. I think we still have to, if Cam can come back from his COVID diagnosis, that'll be a huge boost for the Pats. But I still think the edge lies with the Patriots right now.
I think he's been cleared already from his.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's had enough clear tests.
Good.
I'm excited for next week where we get to see Brady go against your boy, Aaron Rodgers, Drew.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game.
Believe it or not, it's only the third time they've ever played against each other. So that's going to be really fun to see. And who does the Patriots
never get
have?
far in the playoffs?
Say again?
That's because Rodgers never gets far in the playoffs.
Well, the Patriots have the Broncos, so and expected to have Cam Newton back. So that should be
that's a big W right there.
A big W, yeah.
Did you want to look forward to what to look forward in week 6? You want to jump to that right now?
Sure.
You're halfway there. We got Brady Rodgers. We got a rematch. Myles Garrett round 2, Cleveland and Pittsburgh.
That's right.
Yeah, Claypool.
Right. The Canadian boy. We'll shout him out.
Abbotsford, BC.
We'll shout him out during our fantasy segment, but the Canadian boy, Chase Claypool. Come on now.
4 touchdowns.
What a beast.
I think that'll be a really good game.
That's going to be fun, man. Are the Browns real?
No.
You're still selling on the Browns?
Selling the Browns.
I'm with you. People are hyping him up still.
Baker Mayfield is not a good quarterback.
He's better than Johnny Manziel, but not by a lot.
I'd rather have Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Andy Dalton's not going to turn it over. You know what you're getting from Andy Dalton.
Baker Mayfield peaked way too early in his life.
Although people might think we're absolutely crazy for saying that.
Wow.
He's doing pretty good this year.
No, he's not.
He's serviceable.
No, he's not. His QB rating is 88.
Okay, yeah. That's not good. Not good.
I know you're trying to be positive, but
I just like I like
Their
the running
defense is
backs
good.
and their defense. I like Myles Garrett and I like their running backs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
But the
Here's-
Steelers defense is for real too.
The Steelers are contenders. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'd watch out for the Steelers.
I was not expecting this out of the Steelers this year.
No way.
They're
Mike
good.
Tomlin's
They're
done a great job.
Good.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin's done a great, and his staff has done a great job.
Is that
Chiefs
all?
and Bills. Chiefs and Bills.
Chiefs
Yep.
and Bills. Oh,
Not-
Bills, man. This is like both coming off losses.
Two bounce back games here.
This is gonna be a wild one. Who do you guys got?
Oh, Chiefs by a mile. I think the Chiefs come out gunning and just roll. That's it. It's just that's
That's probably what's going to happen. But I'll take the Bills.
All right.
It's going to be a high scoring game, I think.
Yeah.
Would
A
love
good
that.
game for neutrals to watch.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get into some of our championship talk with LeBron and the Lakers winning their 17th title. But let's hear a word from our sponsors.
Samara Jane is an Australian-based accessories retailer with all of the latest fashion trends from around the world. Ladies, update your style game with gorgeous earrings, necklaces, and other jewelry for affordable prices. And guys, you can shop for that special lady in your life too. Use discount code SPORTSREV30 for 30% off your entire order. That's SPORTSREV30 for 30% off your entire order. Use discount code at checkout at samaraandjane.com.
So, boys, we're back. I wanted to talk about a championship lifestyle. What's bothered me is, okay, I'll start with this. Okay, prior to LeBron James joining the Lakers, I've always loved the Lakers. They've completed the task of getting 17 championships, being tied with the Celtics. Congrats to them. Congrats to them winning this year. I'm not taking anything away from it. I told Drew last week the only reason why they're going to have an asterisk beside this year is because of the difference in how the year went with the giant pause. Doesn't mean it takes away from the championship. But I will say this. When you demand respect the way he does, the way he said it on front of all the millions, it just bugs me. It doesn't show the right way of a championship lifestyle. And I think championship lifestyle is something that we should all strive for sure. Championship lifestyle is how you practice, how you play, how you act on and off the court, how you treat others. Our coach, Nick Jansen, always reminded us to play like a champion, be like a champion. And that means, like, if anyone's seen Coach Carter, even if you're winning a game by 30 points, you're not, in the other team's ear, chirping them, letting them know how bad they are, that kind of thing. So I'm going to let you guys start it off. How LeBron kind of showed his championship winning versus others in the past. What do you guys think? What's your thoughts?
Do you want to go first or you want me to go?
I'll go first since basketball's not my forte, so I'll give it a stab. I do not like LeBron James, and this is part of the reason why. I just think he is so full of himself. He just seems so insecure that he needs everyone to praise him all the time, and it's annoying. And I just don't like it. When you look at guys who win, they're humble, they thank other people, they try and give the credit to other guys on the team and their coaches and the owners, and they thank them for putting the team together. It's like you don't get any of that from LeBron. It's like it's the LeBron show. Give me my respect. It hits your ear the wrong way. Like it just doesn't sound right. Anyways, that's my take.
I think you're 100% correct. And it's not like I'm trying to be an old man here and take the old man stance. Like, I think there's very few people who think that LeBron is a bad basketball player. We all understand the greatness of LeBron as a basketball player. And for him to say, "Give me my respect," it's so artificial and disingenuous, because it's like, who doesn't respect you as a basketball player? In this era right now, you are the best of the best. Sure, you've only won 4 of your out of the 10 chances you've had a chance to win a championship. I'll try not to hold that against you. But it's just like, you're right. The attitude is just so moronic that it just baffles me. He must be very insecure to think that everybody needs to love him, or he's got to find a way. What happened to Black Lives Matter? What happened to social justice? All this stuff has gone on the wayside, because now that's just the wrong. That's the wrong storyline, right? He'll always think, "Oh, I'm the first guy to win 3 championships on 3 different teams." Well, Danny Green's up in there too. So whoop-de-doo.
But 3 finals MVP.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I mean, okay, you can say that, but Jordan didn't jump around teams, right? I can't. I think it was Skip Bayless. No, Colin Cowherd. Colin Cowherd was saying, "Oh, LeBron. Everywhere LeBron's went, he has elevated his team to championship aspirations." And I'm like, that's absolutely false. I give him a pass when he lost to the Spurs, because it was just
first time. The first time.
First time. Yeah, first time. Because that was just night and day. Like, it was a young kid. Spurs were amazing. It was just, not fair. Then he leaves to Miami. Why did he leave to Miami? Because he knew he needed help. It wasn't because Dwayne Wade was saying, "Hey, come, let's win a championship." Dwayne already had his ring. Dwayne had already cemented his legacy as being a winner, a champion. LeBron had to go there, then boasted about, 5, 6, 7 championships, only won 2.
Yeah.
Goes back to Cleveland. Who does he have? Kyrie. He's got Kevin Love. That's already all-star teammates right there. Goes to the Lakers, has Anthony Davis, a top 5 player in the league, arguably. So it's like, we're giving you the respect that you're due, but the fact that you are constantly reminding everybody to respect you, to love you, to, I'm this, I'm a token for that, I'm, represent this. It's like, guy, by saying all those things, you validate the doubt people have in you. You validate the weakness that people see in you, because you're constantly have to remind people, "Hey, I'm the best." You look at Jordan. Now, I won't say all of his press conferences, right? Because I'd never watched all of them. But there's a definite theme that he praises his coach, praises his teammates, puts the onus on them to say, "Hey, they stepped up," even though arguably everyone in that entire arena knew he was the best player on the court, right? So there's a difference between confidence and arrogance. And yeah, of course, MJ is arrogant, right? Look at the way everybody watched the MJ documentary, but he also was confident, and was confident enough in himself to say, "Hey, Steve Kerr, played decent defense and hit those shots tonight, helped us put us over the top. Dennis Rodman grabbed 1,000 rebounds, put us over the top." He even said we needed a guy like Rodman to win. He praised Pippen all the time. You don't hear that from LeBron. When it comes from LeBron, it's very disingenuous. It sounds fake and scripted, because what his brand is all about. He's all about the LeBron brand. And so that was really unfortunate to hear him say that. I think it sets a bad precedent. And if he wants to be a role model, that's just not the way about going about it. As a leader, you earn respect. Like when I coached you guys, I gave you respect. Even though I yelled at you, I still respected you. And in turn, you respected me. And you do that as a manager and with anybody. You give respect to get it. And you don't demand it. Only tyrants demand respect. So that's my soliloquy on that.
I just think you look at the Lakers going forward, they're going to be even better next year. They're going to retool that team. And I think they're going to be even better next year. They're going to have a true shot at repeating. There's going to be a lot more bumps in the way, including the Golden State Warriors. But
Plus, no 3-month break.
No 3-month break. The biggest thing I see, like, this was the first time when he's won where, like, he's really rubbed me wrong in what he said. To me, what I really get bothered is when he loses. He blames everybody else. He doesn't take the onus on him, right? And that's something that's just rubs me wrong. I love what you're talking about with Jordan. My favorite championship speech was actually Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki's just throws it all back at his team, the management, Mark Cuban, his love for Dallas, the fans. Even though it was one of the greatest playoff runs ever. Right? So I don't know. That's how I see what a championship lifestyle is like. You represent it in every area of your life, and that's how you got to go.
Have you guys seen that clip where Steve Kerr's at the championship parade, and he tells a story about how Michael Jordan says, "Oh, I'm too scared to take the shot. You take it, Steve."
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan laughed at that. He's telling the story in front of millions of people. And everybody knows that it's just a joke story. But, like, LeBron would have been like, stiff-faced, no, you can't make fun of me, blah, 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 blah. Jordan laughed. And they all laughed because everybody knew how much team camaraderie they had. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
To end this segment, I will say this. Game 5 of the NBA Finals came down to the wire. LeBron James had the ball in his hands, drove to the hoop, had 2 Heat defenders on him, kicked it out to a wide-open Danny Green, who classically, this whole playoffs and the last playoff run with the former NBA champion Raptors, bricked the open three-pointer. So did LeBron make the right play by kicking it to Danny Green, or did he make the wrong play by not taking the shot?
What do you think? Let's go with you first.
Me first?
Yeah.
I honestly, I thought this was his, like, this could have been his Jordan Game 6 moment, you know? The clincher, the buzzer beater, the clutchness. But he kind of shied away from it. I know basketball-wise, it might be the right play. No, it is the right play. But, you know, the greats, they do this. They take that shot.
Drew?
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to wrap my brain over his championships, and there's only one real defining play that I can think about, and that's the chase down block.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really have, like, we think about Jordan, and even watching the documentary, I've seen all these clips before, like just defining moment after defining moment. I can't think of anything from LeBron about icing a game or doing anything like that. So yeah, I think he should have taken that opportunity to do it, finish it himself.
He walked over the East for a lot of his career, to be fair.
Yeah.
But
with Cleveland, he deferred to Kyrie. Like,
yeah.
And in Miami, there was the Ray Allen shot and
the Bosch rebound Ray Allen shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think you both make very good points. The correct basketball play is to hit the wide open 3-point shooter.
Even if that 3-point shooter is...
It's the correct basketball play. You have to have faith in your teammate. And like, if you guys are passing to me, that's a mistake. I'm a terrible 3-point shooter. Right? But if I'm passing to you, Daniel, Drew in the corner maybe, it is a better play. Right? Because you're a better shooter from those spots. However, what constitutes the right basketball play in the NBA is different.
True.
Because these are all professionals. They're the best of the best.
They literally paid him like so much money to hit threes.
Right. So in my opinion, while passing Danny is the right basketball play, LeBron's got to ice that. LeBron's got to know that I make this bucket, it is over. And I think Drew, you're really right with this. He shies away from the moment because by passing, he allows everybody to say, oh, he made the right basketball play. And then if it goes in, great. It misses, oh, we'll live with it.
Yeah.
right? So
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win from a public perception point of view,
Yeah.
right? And
From a high school's perspective, I would never pass to a guy that I don't trust shooting the ball. You know what I mean?
yeah, but
Doesn't matter.
You didn't pass a whole lot anyways.
but I'm sure LeBron trusts Danny to hit that shot. Otherwise, he wouldn't have passed it.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know,
Danny has even though he's been bad in the playoffs the last couple, he's got a track record of hitting big shots in playoff games.
It's
like
true.
On average, he's a good 3-point shooter.
That's all he's paid to do.
And defend.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I think personally for me, if I have that shot, I'm shooting it. Dame said he'd shoot it.
Yeah, that's true.
Dame hasn't met a shot he hasn't liked, but yeah,
well,
that's it.
My final takeaways is like, there's something about living in humility, being that throughout your lifestyle. Win as a champion, lose as a champion, and I wish if there's anyone that's willing to take that away instead of that kind of demanding kind of respect, I hope you can take that away from this conversation, because that's I don't want to take away from any of the Lakers championship or anything like that. It's legitimate, all that stuff.
Absolutely.
LeBron played amazing, but at the end of the day, you want to have that championship lifestyle throughout your whole life, and that's my encouragement to you. Let's hear a word from our sponsors before we go anywhere else. With no sports to watch on TV, esports have been shooting off the charts. What are esports, you may ask? Well, basically, it's competitive video gaming. Esports are fun to watch, and my favorite gamer to watch is a guy named Vandalize. Vandalize plays a variety of consoles and games, including the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. What makes him so unique is that he plays these games with the controller upside down. It is a talent unlike any other. You can check his Twitch stream out, and you can find the link in the Sports Reverends Instagram bio, or you can search him up on Twitch, Vandalized, with 2 Z's or Z's. His control will be upside down.
Welcome back. We are going to hit real quickly here before we wrap up the show with the best part of football, I think, the fantasy side of the game.
Yeah.
Fantasy has drawn in way more people than, people cheering for teams, and a lot of neutrals have come in because of fantasy. So,
wait. Pause the show. We need to pause right now. Okay? We just have to highlight this. Last week, I was talking about Drew Martin playing me in our fantasy matchup, and I'll just say this. I could give Drew an extra 100 fantasy points, and he still would have lost this week. But this is what it is. We also, in the second league that we're in, we are playing each other again. So let's see if he can redeem himself, because what he did this last week was shameful. And you should be ashamed of yourself, Drew.
Didn't we just have a conversation about living life like a champion?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you win like a champion?
This is regular season, okay? This is regular season.
Well, if Amari Cooper could have caught more than 2 passes, I might have done a bit better.
100 points, bro. Come on, stop it.
Well, I also had Melvin Gordon in my starting lineup, and their game was canceled.
Yeah. And you had no other options. And Damian Harris, right? So you had no other options. I know. Excuses.
You just like the easy way.
You have a shot at taking me down again. But Coach, take it away.
All right, guys. It's waiver wire time. We're past a quarter way through the season. Coach, Sports Reverend Drew, give me a waiver wire pickup this week to help me win my fantasy pool.
Well, if you haven't done it already, go pick up Andy Dalton. Because I think he'll be one of the top scoring fantasy quarterbacks for the rest of the season.
Oh, wow.
So
that good, eh?
Man can ball, yo. He's got weapons.
He's got tons of weapons.
So many weapons.
And I'm sure Dan will talk about Claypool, but definitely go pick up Claypool. I think he's the real deal as well.
The Canadian boy. Where is he from?
Abbotsford,
British Columbia.
Where Cooper was born.
Has has taken over, and they're saying going forward will be that number one option for the Steelers, while Juju will take the number 2 option, which is amazing. This guy's the real deal.
That's wild.
There's like pretty much at this point, if you're in any kind of legitimate fantasy league, Chase Claypool's gone.
Yeah,
he's gone.
Here's a question for you both. Who do you think gets more numbers this week? Amari Cooper or Zeke? Who's gonna get more touches? You think they go run heavy to give Dalton a chance?
Absolutely, they go run heavy.
They go gunning for it.
They're gonna go run heavy. Zeke is going to whoever has Zeke on their fantasy team, just like you are blessed because now he is now the focal point of the Dallas Cowboys, controlling the pace of play. No longer will they go for 30-second touchdown drives. They will draw it out 5-minute plus drives slowly, methodically. That's going to be the game plan. Dump and dink the whole time with Andy Dalton. Zeke pounded up the field.
Drew?
See, I think it's Amari Cooper. I think Andy Dalton's going to throw the ball.
And then it could be CeeDee Lamb. If he's throwing the ball, I'm telling you, that guy's the real deal too.
You see, like, I think teams now will expect the Cowboys to be Zeke heavy. Like you said earlier in the show, their offensive line is deteriorating. So finding those gaps to run is going to be a bit tougher. And like with the 3 receivers they have, like, and Zeke, you can probably call it 4 receivers that they have.
Yeah.
I think passing the ball is their best option. And when it comes to passing the ball, Amari is their best option.
Beast.
Do you think Jerry Jones can handle a dink and dunk offense? No way.
Well, that's when they had their most success.
He'd lose his mind.
Well,
Dink and Dak.
Okay, if you're looking to pick up some running backs, if they're available, backup for Minnesota, Alexander Madison, definitely pick him up.
He's gone.
Probably gone. Same with Chase Edmonds for Arizona.
Yeah.
He's money.
Damian Harris for the Patriots.
Big time.
Pick him up. I think we talked about him last week. Frank Gore. Pick him up if he's still available.
Number 1 back.
Gone.
Yeah.
He's still getting touches and he's still running.
Ageless wonder, that man. Ageless wonder.
And for this week, I'd tell you to pick up McKissick from Washington. I think they're gonna be in a lot of third down situations, and that's where he comes out. And if they're starting Kyle Allen, he does not throw the ball down the field. He likes to dump it off to his running backs. So third down situations.
Giants, so they're gonna have all the yards.
Yeah. So.
Man, I really hope Alex Smith gets a start.
Also, I'm just looking at our league who's still available.
Yeah.
Fulham from Philly. He had a big week. The receiver there.
Nice.
McCole Hardman. All these
Aguilar?
options. Aguilar's taken for sure.
Aguilar's taken, yeah. How about Preston Williams from Miami?
Oh, love Preston Williams.
Preston Williams is nice, eh?
Yeah.
If you're looking for a tight end as well, Eric Ebron for Pittsburgh, and we said last week already Jimmy Graham. So there's a couple tight ends there if you need them.
Yeah, and also a long shot tight end. This will have to be super deep leagues, but Trey Burton in Indianapolis, he's been running a lot of routes. They've got 3 tight ends there, so you never know which one's going to be taking the touchdowns, but Trey Burton seems to be the most athletic out of the 3.
You want to take Drew's picks on tight ends to the bank because every time he calls a tight end, they destroy that week. We won't talk about his one call on the receivers, Brandon Cooks, who I told him, maybe we should hold on to him, but he said drop him. Destroyed it last week. But his tight end, money.
Any other studs and duds you guys can think about? Who not to pick up? Who to drop maybe?
I'm worried about my pick of Hayden Hurst at the beginning of the year. He has done absolutely nothing now that you just talked about how good my tight end picks have been.
Oh, yeah, that's the first one. Minus the first one.
I told everyone to pick up Hayden Hurst. A guy that I'm worried about, and I want your opinion, like, what do we do with Zach Ertz? Like,
Oh man.
Would you like? I think I'd rather have Goddard at this point.
Well, Goddard's out. Goddard's out, isn't he?
Is he?
Well, last week he was for sure, and so that's why I thought, we talked about Ertz being questionable. I thought he was gonna have a great week because Goddard didn't play, but yet he still wet the bed. So I don't know. Don't trust him.
Yeah.
Don't trust him.
Anyways, I think that's all I got. You
For
got
studs
anything
and
else,
duds?
Dan?
Yeah, studs and duds. So for that section, I was just thinking about the matchups this week. Who we would think would have a great week? Any standout players or defenses or kickers, whatever you thought.
I'd say look out for Devontae Adams this week. Coming off, I think it's been 2 or 3 weeks off he's had.
Right.
He's coming in fresh, facing Tampa Bay's weak passing defense.
I'm not a huge fantasy guy, as you guys all know, but I think Rodgers is going to have a big game. He's got a little chip off his shoulder, and he wants to keep up the winning streaks to stay with the top of the NFC, right?
Did Tampa Bay lose 2 in a row, though?
I don't know, but I think Rodgers puts on a big show.
Yeah.
That's my guess, especially because, like Drew said, that Tampa Bay defense is not the greatest.
I'm big on the Patriots this week. Anything Patriots. Damian Harris, I think, is going to have a money week. Cam Newton, expected to play. I think he's going to have a great week as well. And then that also means to me, Julian Edelman is going to have a solid week.
Interesting choice.
So
take Thielen and Jefferson from the Vikings will have huge weeks against the Falcons because the Falcons can't stop a nosebleed.
Yeah, same with Madison, right?
But you never know. With the new coach, it was a bit of a bounce back.
Yeah.
That's always got to take that into consideration.
So if you had to choose, who you picking, Drew? Calvin Ridley, Julio this week?
I got to stick with Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
Just because I have him on my fantasy teams. So.
Okay. Well, I like it. It's always a tough decision for me week to week. In the House of Common fantasy.
Can we just add Russell Gage to that?
Yeah.
Question too.
I guess so. Has Gage been doing good the last couple of weeks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just pick anyone but Hayden Hurst.
All right. Well, if you guys have any more fantasy questions, we are here to help you out because you're probably not doing that well, and that's okay. We can help you. Drew, even though he took a loss last week, he's 4-1, so he's not doing bad. He just played someone really great, and that's just how it goes.
Wow.
We're talking about humility.
Win like a champion.
We're talking about humility, playing like a champion, and I'm killing it. Friends, please check out our social medias. Check us out on Instagram. Yeah. Coach is running our Twitter. Drew doesn't touch our socials really, but he's still fun. He has 2 Instagram accounts. He's still a fun guy. Coach, tell us about our website a bit.
Website's been revamped. If you haven't checked it out in a little bit, check it out. Lots of new pages. Sign up to be an insider. Lots of things being posted there, especially if you're looking to start to write for us potentially. We'd love to get people on board writing about UFC, tennis, Formula One, whatever their hearts desire. We'll get posted on there as well. But I think we will start throwing up some more polls as we head on into the dreary days of winter. And we love the fan interaction. I love it.
Thank you to everyone who's been following our journey along the way. As we grow, we hope you want to grow with us. And even if you want to start, if you have an online business, want to sell an ad share an ad, we're here for you guys. We want to help you guys grow. So that's how it is.
Big shout out to Colin Beauchamp.
Sorry, Coach, what?
Big shout out to Colin Beauchamp.
Colin Beauchamp again?
Again. I love that guy.
We will see you guys next week. Peace out, world.
Peace.
Peace.